Let's step back for a moment to a previous Parsha, Vayigash. After losing 2 sons who were meant to have children with Tamar, Yehuda was concerned about losing a third, but the fates of Er and Onan, his first 2 sons who passed away, were brought on by their own wickedness, yet Tamar was the one who was punished. Yehuda's selfishness, founded on self-preservation, led to Tamar being denied children and a family, just as Yehuda's actions nearly denied children and a family to Yosef and, in many ways, denied Yaakov his most beloved son. Again and again, Yehuda's focus on protecting what he has leaves others bereft. The story of Yehuda and Tamar was a turning point for Yehuda. It forced him, through Tamar's cleverness, to recognize how his selfish self-preservation was hurting others. Yehuda realizes his failings and the greatness of Tamar, who used her wits to force him to do the right thing. Vayikar Yehuda. Yehuda recognized the signs that Tamar was using in her ploy. Vayomar tzedakah mimeni. She is far more righteous than I am. He knew what it meant to be a good, selfless person. That was his transformative moment, just as Yosef was going through his. But did it work? Did Yehuda really change? He is put to the test in this week's Parsha, Vayigash. When Yehuda faced Yosef again, not knowing it was his brother, he was faced with the prospect of losing Binyamin, Yosef's full brother, the only beloved of Yaakov. Binyamin stood accused of stealing a goblet. Old or young Yehuda would have taken any opportunity to get away to protect himself and his immediate family. In a powerful speech to Yosef, Yehuda pleading to his brother, and he uses the word avi, father, 7 times, which is strange because, as the Israeli rabbi Amnon Bazak points out, Yaakov never once refers to Yehuda or any of the other sons or brothers other than Binyamin or Yosef as bni, my son. Despite this, Yehuda, who once sent Yosef into slavery, now offers himself as a slave, a prisoner, to take Binyamin's place. Why on earth would Mr. Self-Preservation do this? Why would he willingly offer to sacrifice himself? Because Yehuda realized for all he could lose, the others around him, the innocents, whether he loves them or not, would lose so much more. His father would lose another son. His family would lose another brother, a tribal leader. This is when selfishness turns into selflessness, when we think more about what others will lose rather than what we might lose. Israeli Rabbi David Silverberg, influenced by Rav Amnon Bazak, says about Yehuda, Yehuda was mature enough to recognize that he must treat Yaakov as his father, even if Yaakov did not, at least in his mind, treat him like a son. We should not make our treatment of others dependent upon what we feel they deserve or do not deserve. Instead, we must decide upon the wise and appropriate course of action and leave the judgment to the one true judge over the world. When we focus on our own needs, our selfish self-preservation, in the end, we all lose. But when we put others first, then, in the end, with everyone looking to protect the person next to them, deserving or not, whether from a place of love, loyalty, or for Yehuda, having respect and knowing what the right thing to do is, then everyone will thrive and have what they need. Shabbat Shalom.